Good, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to the University of Reading live event, live stream during the lunch break and the poster session. I'm Diego Durantini from Agri-TechE, and I'd like to introduce you to Rachel from University Glasgow. And now that the camera is switched, there she is. And she's going to talk us through how some of agri-tech and archaeology tech overlap and what are the key challenges in archaeology and earth observation.
Okay, thank you. So, very quick tour, hopefully, through what we have been doing. So, this is the outcome of a 2-year project funded by the British Academy, where we've really been trying to look at how we can bring together archaeological, remote sensing, and near-surface prospection, and precision agriculture, so the data sources and the methods, to enable farmers to undertake integrated sustainable land management, which is a challenge that we are all facing together. So we've been looking really at the barriers to being able to work together, which are things like difficulties around data licensing. So who owns the data? Who can you share it with? Can you, as a farmer who has collected data using your tractor, so say your yield data, share that data with a heritage management agency to show that you are in fact managing your land in a way that is sustainable from an archaeological perspective. So lots of challenges in areas related to data sharing, but also opportunities. So for instance, can you benefit as a farmer by having an improved understanding of the subsoil variability in your field by accounting for the presence of buried archaeological remains? Can you take a, say, electrical conductivity survey carried out by an archaeological group and reuse that data as part of your local soil mapping? So we've been looking at both the barriers and the benefits. Perhaps a little bit of background that I should have started with is to say that agriculture and archaeology, in fact, are measuring many of the same things. We're trying to basically measure subsoil properties like soil moisture and soil compaction and the geochemical properties of soil. We're all interested in soil topography. We're all interested in soil compaction. We're all interested in the impacts of these things on crops that are growing in the field. So archaeologically, as a simple example, we have a very ditch.
Yeah.
This is what's in this small diagram here. You often get healthier vegetation, a positive crop mark growing over that very ditch. If you have a buried wall, you have slightly less happy vegetation or crop because the roots don't have anywhere to go and they don't get quite as much soil nutrition. So things that are interesting to us in terms of being able to detect and then monitor the conditions of archaeological remains are the same soil and crop properties that are interesting for agriculture in terms of understanding soil health, soil compaction, soil erosion, and crop productivity. So because we're trying to use essentially the same sensors to measure a lot of the same things, this is part of our big motivation for bringing these two domains together and trying to think about how we can collect data together and how we can analyze together using each other's insights to understand all the different proxies and factors and then to be able to exchange data across these domains so that we can ultimately manage land together better. That was probably not quite in the right order, but there we are. That is what we're up to.
That sounds absolutely interesting, this kind of interdisciplinarity piece between two disciplines, agriculture and archaeology, sounds extremely interesting. If anybody has any questions, feel free to put them in the chat and I will then relay them back to Rachel later on. Now she definitely has to go and grab a bite to eat because she has been a star so far. So see you later, Rachel. And now we go down to Lindsay. How are you doing, Lindsay?
I'm well, thank you.
Fantastic. You are going to talk about two projects,
Yes.
right?
I am. So
The stage is yours.
First of all, I'm talking about a project. So I've just moved roles, and I used to be at the University of Reading. This is an EIT food project called Link Dapper, and it was a collaboration between the University of Reading, John Deere, University of Hohenheim, and Agri-TechE, who are our technology partner.
The collaborators.
Yep. And the aim was to make better use of the multiple sources of data that are available. And so what we did, one of those really important sources of information is the understanding that farmers have about their systems. So one of the really exciting things we did was use semi-structured interviews and embed that understanding from those farmers into a model of how weather influences their on-farm yield. In a way that could then be integrated with our other data sources.
Okay.
And the other data sources we were using satellite measures, historical yield maps, and then the new John Deere protein sensors that can be mounted on combines to monitor nitrogen in grain product. We were focusing on first wheat.
Okay. Yeah.
Protein quantities.
Sure.
And we integrated that to predict the yield and the protein content across fields, achieving pretty good results. We were pretty happy with those results. And the aim there is to improve within season nitrogen applications so that that resource can be used more efficiently both for the yield and for the protein content.
So effectively, nitrogen use efficiency and assimilation within first wheat, well, in a crop in general.
And integrating those different data sources. And then that was integrated within the Agri-TechE platform, so that could be accessed by farmers to inform their precision agriculture plans.
Okay, very good. And what about geotree?
So geotree, this is my new role. I moved there just over 2 months ago. So geotree is looking at quantifying carbon in landscapes, agricultural and forestry. So one of the things that's done quite a lot within the company is looking at deforestation,
yeah.
reforestation, and the carbon that's involved in that. But then there's this other aspect that I'm more involved with on the technical level, which is looking at emissions reductions from agriculture.
Sure.
And this particular example is looking at rice production and the methane.
Okay.
That's released from. So alternate wetting and drying can reduce those methane emissions relative to irrigation.
Sure.
So there's a couple of strands to this, and one of them is if there is a scheme which has been paid for to put this practice into place, is there compliance with that? And so detecting, looking at the Earth observation data, where the rice paddies are, and then looking at when it's flooded, when it's not, so that you can evidence that that practice is taking place. And then really my section then is looking at how we can use our observation data to improve models of production and what's happening in the soil, so that we can quantify more specifically to a location the methane reductions that would be achieved by a particular practice.
Okay.
So that's what we're developing at the moment. Improve it using the Earth observation data, biomass, and other aspects of crop development to improve those models and improve the emissions.
Okay, so 2 projects, slightly different, but effectively nitrogen efficiency and assimilation by the crop, and how to model it, and how to measure methane emissions and see methane emission reductions.
Yeah, and try to evidence that for if you had a model scenario of what if we had stayed in the irrigated, how much we saved relative to that.
Well, fantastic. Thank you very much, Lindsay.
Thank you.
I think the next one, I see Harriet is moving toward the poster. And so let's join Harriet, that is going to talk us about agriculture and how Earth observation is impacting regenerative agriculture. Am I right?
Yeah, that's
Fantastic.
Right.
So here's the poster. Go ahead.
So this is Agri-TechE, CO2, and it's another Horizon 2020 project. So developing Earth observation services to promote soil carbon sequestration, and then through regenerative agriculture as well. So there are really 2 aims and objectives. So the first kind of the Earth observation-based methodology, and then the Agri-TechE platform as part of that. And so that is essentially data is collected on 5 pilot farms, in the EU.
Okay.
So they will collect farmer data, soil samples, data, and then obviously collate that with the satellite data. And so this will be used, as I said, to the results from that will be used to help create this Agri-TechE platform. So that's the more technical side, and so a number of organisations are involved in this. More kind of technical partners such as GI Lab and One Carbon World are in charge of that. And LEAF, which is who I work for, Linking Environment and Farming, we're a non-technical partner, so our role is more facilitating knowledge around regenerative agriculture. So we have a European regenerative agriculture community, which we do kind of conferences every 3 months, and it's just a community which is sort of they're able to, it's kind of made up of all sorts of people, farm managers, farmers, policymakers, researchers, and they can all kind of talk to each other, collaborate, and just, like I said, facilitate that knowledge exchange. So that's what LEAF are really involved in. But obviously the overall project and objectives is
of course
Earth observation.
Okay, well, Arif, that's fantastic. I'm particularly impressed by the community you could manage to create and the variation within that community, all the stakeholders and the players within the agriculture, regenerative agriculture environment. Fantastic. Thank you very much. And last but not least, he's already talking with somebody. But the live stream is coming by. No worries at all. No worries at all. So, William from Ag-Telligence, do you want to talk us through FarmScore?
Absolutely.
That'd be great.
Just quickly introduce myself.
Sure.
My name is William, an environmental scientist by training, specialising in soil science. Ag-Telligence is a company that's really utilising data and observation data to really understand what's happening on farms. We're looking at environmental outputs.
Okay.
So we're not, a lot of all the development so far for farming has been on precision agriculture, things like that. So I think there's plenty of tools out there for that.
Sure.
So environmental outputs are the only things that we're really interested in. So we score fields. So we look at fields.
Yeah.
We look at 4 kind of critical themes that we've identified.
Yeah.
Soil health, biodiversity, cropping rotations, and landscape diversity.
Okay.
And we aggregate and rank the data for all these. And then we use AI, obviously, to apply it at scale.
Okay.
And then every field in the UK gets a number, which, and we'll also know exactly where that weak point is in that field, where it might be biodiversity or soil health.
Yeah.
And then we can introduce projects to start remedying that.
Okay. So you both basically create the platform on which to monitor the 4 aspects.
Absolutely. So
and you also...
Yep, so we could say this parcel of land, let's say it's a bit weak in biodiversity. So we say, okay, maybe a wildflower margin or hedgerow restoration is the right activity for this land. And then what we do is we go to the corporate world with the ESG budgets, environmental and social governance. They will pay to deliver that project. So the farmer gets a lovely wildflower meadow. Strip. Corporates get something to put in their
ESG corporate report.
And we charge them for that.
Okay, perfect. That sounds absolutely great.
Yeah.
Definitely a chat for later on over coffee.
Yes, anytime.
Okay.
Anyone out there, reach out to us at any time. We'd love to chat.
Fantastic.
Right,
Thank you very much, William.
Bye.
Okay, then let me just tinker with the camera and get it back over my not so beautiful face. But here we are. So here's the room. Nice and buzzing. And those were the posters and the presenters. So it's a great time to be here. It's been a great event so far, and definitely looking forward to the afternoon sessions. That's going to be even more interactive. And see you in a couple of minutes with the afternoon session. Cheers.